What a weird Friday.
Yeah.
Weird Friday. I don't know if anybody else is having this problem in the States. Um, for whatever reason, I try to go to Gmail, and anything with Google is not working. Not working at all. MSN, every other website, I just can't access Google. I don't know if anybody else having this issue, but like on my phone, I could get my Gmail emails, but I can't get the emails on my all my laptops and computers.
It's the reptilians. It's the Anunnaki. Damn.
Yeah, it must be its own message is trying to tell us. So I don't know if there's some kind of a Google outage in the States or not, because I have people sending me information and I can't pull it up. I can't pull it up.
I'm like, did you get my shit? Eric's like, no. I said, what the fuck's going on? I mean, look at your computer. Holy shit, you're not getting Google, man.
Yeah, but I got a lot of good notes from the movie and all that. So I mean, I'm fine with the notes and all that.
Yeah.
And okay, so everybody knows today we're talking about what's the true meaning of the movie, the cabin in the woods. All right. What we're going to be probably doing for the next couple, maybe 2-3 weeks, who knows? We're gonna on Fridays. We're gonna pick like not exactly a movie review, but we're gonna pick some movies that might have what you call messages behind the movie, like messages of what's going on in the world, kind of a thing. And Cabin in the Woods, there's a lot of things to dissect with this movie. I mean, so I don't know if everybody who's in the chat seen the movie Cabin in the Woods. I know Carla Webster seen the movie, and I think she said that she was going to rewatch it, to get some memory. So I don't know if One Love seen the movie, Sketch has seen the movie, Scott. I don't know if Scott seen the movie, but we're going to talk about the movie kind of like in order until we get to the main subject that's behind this movie. But we got to build it to get there in the first place. To build, and anybody who's jumping in from Reddit horror community, I want to welcome you all, because we're gonna dissect this son of a bitch, and we're gonna decide. We're gonna decode this movie with the help of you and everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
Because when I watched the movie, I took down some notes on certain things. That is there a meaning about it? Is there a meaning behind this? Because I don't know. But it doesn't mean this guy right here, Sketches doesn't know.
Yeah.
He might know the meaning behind it. You never know. Carla, she's good. She dissects movies, and she'll put it on there where, like, I feel so stupid that when I watch The Dead Don't Die, and I remember the song being on the radio, 911, but I never kind of put the two together, I should have, I just did it.
Yeah.
Sorry, off topic, but just watching the same movie with Nicolas Cage. It's called Willy's Wonderland. BTW, seen Cabin in the Woods a few times. Nicolas Cage, Bob will get into some Nicolas Cage later on the show, where me and Bob was talking about some of the movies that's this movie kind of reminded of what Nicolas Cage movies, like one of them, we'll talk more about in the middle. He played in with The Wicker Man.
Wicker Man, yes.
And we'll talk more about The Wicker Man. But the problem with Nicolas Cage is he comes out with so much fucking movies. Dude, you don't even know what's out with him anymore. I mean, you just don't. He's like, oh, Nicolas Cage is another movie? Yeah, it's like, yeah, he's in 5 other movies.
Yeah, he's a fast food movie guy, but I love the guy. I'm not putting him down. I enjoy all
no. He's actually got a new show on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
It's the history of swear words.
That's kind of cool.
So he actually has a show talking about the history of each swear word, where it came from, which I love that, because that's kind of what we kind of do. Like if somebody brings up a Mandela effect, we're like, okay, so what's the meaning behind it? Let's break it down. So Nicolas Cage on the show breaks down every single swear word on each episode. So it's kind of cool. So Now, let me pull up some things, and then in the middle of this, we will do WTF in the middle of the show. We will do that, but let me share a screen. I'm going to show a picture of a cabin in the woods for a second. Let me see here. Is this the one I was looking at, or is this the one?
Cold.
Okay. So the movie, The Cabin in the Woods, if we break it down to make it simple, it's 5 young people from college taking a road trip to a cabin in the woods to get away from life. And then, shit happens, right? I mean, that's what Friday the 13th is. Bunch of young adults. They go into the woods. Evil Dead, young people go into the woods. They have sex and they die. I mean, that's usually, that's the formula of a slasher movie, right?
Great.
Go in the woods, have sex, and you die. I mean, that's about it, right? And then you think the killer's dead until he comes out in the sequel. Well, first of all, people, anybody who's watched Cabin in the Woods, there ain't going to be a sequel. There can't be a sequel. I guess you can. I guess don't never say never, but in theory, there can't be a sequel to this movie.
No, because it was. Yeah, they didn't perform all the ritual correctly. The movie's about ritual.
Yeah, and we're gonna dive deep into the ritual. Let me pull up. I'm gonna pull up some of my notes here. Now, well, Bob's talking about the ritual. Okay, so basically, to do what they call to do a sacrifice. Okay, so we're gonna go through the whole movie, but to do a sacrifice, you gotta have 5 young adults that have different traits on them. Okay, so these are the 5 traits you got to have with this group that's going up to the cabin in the woods. Number 1 trait: the first person who dies, right, has to be considered a whore. Okay, I mean, I'm just telling you, the first person that must die has to be a whore. That's okay. The second person of the group that has to die has to be an athlete. Okay. And the athlete star is Thor. Thor is in this movie. So the second person that must die has to be an athlete. Yes. Okay. And then the third person in this movie, I wish I could make that picture bigger. I know it's so freaking small. I can't use Google.
Well, there you go.
Let me see. Does that make it bigger? No.
Well, actually, yeah, I made it a little bigger.
Okay, made it a little bigger. Okay. So the third person has to be a scholar. And that's the person in the blue shirt all the way to the left. So a scholar is the third person supposed to die. Now the fourth person that is designed to die in this kind of a puzzle kind of a movie, which we'll get into, is called the Fool. Ooh. And in this movie, I guess the Fool is automatically a pot smoker, I guess. I mean,
that's weird. That should be the intellectual.
I know, right? I know. You would think a pot smoker would be the scholar, but in this movie, the pot smoker is the Fool. In a lot of horror movies, like Friday the 13th Part 3 had a pot smoker couple. I remember in Friday the 13th remake, they had a pot smoker.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a lot of them were farming out in the trying to farm the marijuana crops in the remake. So I guess they're all pot smokers. So in the rule, the fourth person is a fool. Now the fifth person is supposed to be technically a virgin, a good-hearted person. Now they said in the movie that they don't have to exactly be eye for eye, because the girl all the way on the right, who's supposed to be a virgin, she's not a virgin. She even mentioned that in the movie that she's not a virgin. In fact, she actually had an affair. She didn't have an affair, but she was sleeping with the professor from college who was having an affair on his wife. So she's definitely not a virgin. She said that, and that the character, the girl who played in the movie Aliens, says, "Well, we can't be like perfect. We got to."
They got it all wrong. I mean, the movie. I don't want to interrupt Eric, but just so you guys know, in the movie, the thing is, like, what Eric said, to go to Weaver says we can't always get it right. What it turns out to be in the end of the movie is that every one of these youngsters were stereotyped, and
Yes.
they were all wrong.
No, they are all wrong.
All wrong.
They are wrong. That's why you gotta. That's why you gotta watch the movie.
We gotta watch
for
the
the
movie.
clues because like in the movie
They
where
got them all wrong.
the smartest person was the fool, because the fool even said that. Isn't that weird how the magician, the math student, is now an athlete, and now the a black hair girl dyes her hair blonde. Now she's becoming like a whore. So in the movie, there's clues on that they force these changes, because if you start from the beginning of the movie, right? Let's start from the beginning, and then we'll move it up. We'll move it up. Now, guys, this movie was written by Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon. There's another co-writer, but we're gonna stick this with the name Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon is also the guy who made, just so you guys know, he made the series Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He made the series Firefly.
Yes.
He directed the first Avengers movie and directed Avengers Age of Ultron. And then Joss Whedon was hired to complete Justice League, which he fucked that movie up. No offense to Joss Whedon. He really fucked up Justice League. They fucked that over with Zack Snyder. We're not going there, but Joss Whedon is known for, making these kind of movies and kind of now Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He made that phenomenon. That there was a movie before the series. He made this TV show a phenomenon. So Joss Whedon now apparently, I'm not gonna get into it, but I noticed that my friend Viz from The Walking Dead, he sends out an article, and according to this article, Joss Whedon is getting called out for doing some bad things while he was making the series Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But yes, I don't know what it is, but this is not for this show. But apparently Joss Whedon is apparently he did some not so nice things to some people in doing that show Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay, makes sense.
So and all that. Now, guys, right before I get into this, if you have not yet signed up, hold on. I'm going to put it here. If you have not yet signed up for my personal website, please do, because every Sunday I will be sending out a newsletter. But with some articles, maybe some pictures, what's going to be going on in the week. So if you guys want to be a part of that newsletter, go to my website and sign up. Okay, it's a cool website. I'm going to be updating like different stuff on it all week. Bob will tell you that I was supposed to do a live show yesterday, but we got so much work that needed to be done that I just took the day to work on the website. So I'm not trying to promote you guys to go to the website, but just real quick, if you guys signed up to the website, you will be getting my newsletter every single Sunday. And we're working on, somebody just sent me an email earlier, said that if you put a Wex app on your phone and you log into my website through the Wex app, you can actually get a notification. But if I go live, I'll make sure I put it on the community board on my YouTube channel. So you guys want to check it out. Like I said, real quick, it's just, just go in here, and on the bottom, when we do live shows, I put the video right here. Right here, where's my live video on the first page, and you'll get my newsletter every single Sunday night. I'll send it out Sunday night. Now I got 8 people signed up already. I want more because I want to send out newsletters to a bunch of you. And like I said, all you got to do is click on one of these, and I'll have different stories about certain people. And usually after every story, I have a link to a video about that story. So if you don't want to read, you don't have to read. You can just click and listen. So I just want to bring that out, but go back to the movie.
We get over 100. I'll go ahead and do some nudes on there for you guys too.
Yes. Yeah. So now, before we start, I wanted to see with the chat whoever watched this movie, when they pull up to take off into the RV, Bob.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is supposed to be some kind of a clue or not, but when the character who plays the fool, gets out of his car, he locks his car through the window being down, and they get into the RV and take off. Now, I'm thinking to myself, why did he lock his car and the window is down? Now, was that a mistake with people making the movie, or is that supposed to be some kind of a message? Anybody?
Yeah,
you know what I mean, Bob?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I had a truck, a Ford Ranger, that was on its last legs. This fucking thing barely held on forever. Everyone laughed about it. It's the vehicle that never. Everybody's vehicles broke down except for mine. It was old, but I used to leave it unlocked, Eric. I'd leave the window down. I'd leave it unlocked, and sometimes I'd leave the keys on the fucking on the seat because I'm figuring. Somebody steals it, thank God, I'll get the insurance. I'll just get another vehicle. But other than that, it's a piece of shit. I had another buddy do the same thing. Eric. He left his car unlocked, his window down, and sometimes he left his key in the ignition. It's like hoping that somebody would steal his fucking vehicle. It's gone, thank God.
That could be a good answer because he sticks his hand on the window, locks it, and takes off. And I'm like thinking to myself, is there supposed to be a message here?
I've done this before. I've done this.
You know?
I'm not saying it. I'm not advocating it. I'm just saying that I had done it. I'm not saying it's insurance fraud because somebody steals your vehicle. They steal your vehicle. It's legit. So why not make it easier for him? So a buddy of mine left his car was ready to break down every other day. He left his window down. It's like, take it. Take the vehicle. And then when you get it back from the insurance, he knows like, oh, they don't run no good.
Where I used to work at, we had vehicles that always got broken into. And what these people did was to steal gas. This is true, guys. They took drill guns and drilled through the gas tank to steal the gas because we had one of those locked, gas things. They couldn't get them, so they actually drilled through the gas tank. And then they did it to our company next door. So the company next door put signs on their car, dude. I left the gas cap off. So please don't drill because it costs more money to fix the drill holes because you gotta get a whole new gas tank. And like, if you want to steal the gas, we kept the gas cap open.
Yeah, I had a tape deck. I mean, it's like an old, not CD. It's fucking 80s tape deck in there with ABBA. I like ABBA. ABBA in the fucking tape deck. You want to steal it? Go ahead. You can take the tape deck. There's nothing to take. If the keys are right there, you could take the car or the truck and just drive away. And then when I call the insurance and go get it, I'm like, hey, oh man, it used to run like perfect, and now it doesn't run. Oh, it's horrible. They put a crack in the windshield. It smells like beer in here.
It makes you think he's not paying attention. Yeah, that could be it. He could be like that's why they call him the fool. I'm not saying they did that on purpose, but sometimes there's always like a message behind a message. Yeah. And then when they get into the RV and take off, you saw a guy on top of their building. They were planning this with these group where they're planning, making them to pretend they're the 5 styles that they need for this sacrifice to be to be the whore, to be the athlete, to be the scholar, to be the fool. Because right before they left, the main actress, who's supposed to be the virgin, said, they talk about dyeing her hair and saying, why you dye your hair kind of thing. So the dyeing the hair kind of tells you that they're transforming them to fit in these roles. It's like a comic book, like if you weren't born like this, we're going to kind of pretend and be like this.
And one of the messages is I got out of it was, guys, it was stereotyping. So it's contemporary. It's what we have now. So what they stereotyped these kids, these teenagers, whatever. They're not kids, they're adults. They had stereotyped them all, and then they went ahead and just fit them criteria wise exactly how they wanted them to be for the sacrifice, to be that person for the sacrifice. So at the same time, they're really getting it wrong. It kind of reflects back on how people stereotype and get it incorrect, because obviously in the movie they fucked up because everybody wasn't who they were. They were all screwed up.
Yes. And then you have 2 characters that like run the underground show, basically like watch these people on cameras.
Watch them all on camera.
Watch them on cameras, making sure that they control the environment, control what's going on. And they got cameras.
The government, Eric. Remember, they were the government.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the government.
And before you knew that they're kind of for the government, you're thinking that these were just like doctors studying these people, because that's what you thought when you're watching this. You didn't think about what's going to happen at the end yet. So we're not that at that part yet.
Yeah.
But you were thinking of these are like doctors or professors, or they're just training to see.
Yeah, they're employees.
What do these people do on vacations? So that's what they made you think in this movie.
Yeah.
And it was interesting that when these two people were talking, right? They're talking about there was a woman that going in there saying, we can't fuck this one up. And the guy goes, well, we haven't had a glitch since 1998. Okay, so I'm thinking a glitch. Yeah. 1998. Is there supposed to be some kind of a hint? Because they didn't say nothing what happened in 1998. So I wrote down, I tried to study on events that happened in 98. Is there like a clue about 98? And I came up with 4 things.
What is it?
Now, the first one,
1998, Eric.
The first one, now these are based on movies. Remember, Joss Whedon did movies. Now, the first one is probably the least one. The Truman Show movie came out in 98 about the artificial environment being controlled by a mystery factory like on the moon. Remember, in the movie Truman Show, he was being controlled. He didn't know it.
No.
He didn't know he was being controlled until he finds out that a group of an organization set this all up against his will, where he didn't even know he had a will that was, against, until he escaped at the end. Now, this is the most unlikely one, but it kind of makes sense how this movie, they control people, and Truman wins because he actually escapes. Kind of matches what they did in this movie. Okay. Now,
fake. Everything was fake.
Now, Joss Whedon, like I said, he created the Buffy series, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer in season 2 finale. The angel plots to revive an ancient demon bent of sweeping everything on Earth into hell itself.
Hell.
So Joss Whedon wrote that. That is his series. Now, some people in the chat was thinking that the glitch was about that one. The glitch is about angels plot to revive the ancient demons to bring Earth into hell, which kind of this movie is about. If you don't do this, there might not be a world. All right.
Maybe some of you with the Mandela effect are in fact living in hell.
Now, there's also another movie in 98 called The Faculty, where students suspect that their teachers are aliens after bizarre occurrences, where they go to school and everybody's turned out to be aliens. They're turned out to be who they're not to be, to brainwash and brainwash you into their system. And of course, they escape. Yeah. Now, the fourth one, I'm not going to say it yet. The fourth one is very interesting, where it's kind of like this movie, but it's something that you probably wouldn't even think of.
What is it?
So I'm not going to tell you yet. It's going to be further down.
Oh, man.
It's going to be further down. Number 4, with that glitch in 98, and I'm thinking this could be what Joss Whedon, when he wrote it, on what this glitch is. You're gonna have to go along with me on this one. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, okay. Now this movie does a lot of like tipping their hat to a lot of different movies, right? Like when they're driving up in the RV, they go into that gas station, and one of the characters go inside the place, and it kind of reminds you of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes,
it's kind of like giving you like a thought, because they had like dead skins all on the walls and stuff. Yeah. When I saw that, I was thinking Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because the character was like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, kind of a white trash.
Well, yeah, and he's building up their emotions because he's being rude to them on purpose. Remember, and he works for the government now. Remember, he calls the guys.
You find that out.
Yeah, and so this is all government planned. So I used to work at the Museum of Flight. I used to work in exhibits. I used to build artificial exhibits that look real. So this whole thing is an exhibit. It literally is set up for them to be scared, to have a little bit of. I mean, they talk about the adrenochrome fucking scare. They're getting these people hyped up. Their adrenaline's pumping the whole time. They gotta get them all pumped up. Remember, it's a little bit of torture. This is hell.
Yeah, and you didn't know that until he makes that phone call to the government workers. Yes. You're just thinking this guy's an asshole. He doesn't like young punks, want him off his road. Then you find out when he calls, he's like, "You're doing your job. You're doing a good job. You got them where we want their personal beliefs are, right?" So they get to the cabin, and the first thing when you see that cabin, what movie does that cabin remind you all of?
It reminds me of Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
Yes.
That's Joss Whedon, putting the cap 100%, on.
Evil Dead.
100%. And remember, to raise the dead in this movie, she read a book in the cellar, kind of like Evil Dead.
Like Evil Dead.
Almost exactly like Evil Dead. So that's what I'm saying. This movie is like saying thank you for this horror movie, Ted Hopper, for making us Texas Chainsaw Massacre with the dead skin. So the true thrillers, the true horror people will get this. Yeah. And when you see that house, I mean, that's Evil Dead all the freaking way.
Well, it's the same thing as in Children of the Corn, where that guy and that mechanic and his dog had the mechanic shop. It's the same kind of dirty ass shop, from the Children of the Corn, and he had his crazy dog and the kids killed. Anyway, same thing in a whole lot of those movies.
That's a good one. I was thinking Wrong Turn. They had a cabin, but watch Evil Dead. Here, let me see if I can get a picture of the Evil Dead house. Hold on. Let me see here. Evil Dead house image. Fuck. I forgot. Google's not working on here. I don't know why. Evil Dead house image. Let's see here.
And Monster House, the cartoon.
Yeah. Here. Let me go here. Let me share the screen. Let me see here. So this is like the rundown house. You can see there.
Wow.
Almost just like it. But here, if I go,
it's pretty. I'd live there.
I mean, if you look at the shape, I mean, it's almost like, you know what I mean? It's almost like the exact same style. Maybe the windows in this movie was a little bit more square than rectangle, but I mean, it's built exactly. Remember he's pulling up? Yeah, Evil Dead.
Nice.
So I mean, it's not exactly the exact same shape, but you know that the design, he got this design from Evil Dead. So I thought that was very cool. Wow, now you notice when they go into the cabin, right? And there's this mirror that you can see through the other side, but they don't know they can see you and you can see them, right? And that part was trying to prove to you where the virgin see the guy undressing, like she couldn't go through with it to tell him, like the good person. Then she covers the mirror with this picture, and the picture kind of reminds me of Skinwalkers because it showed like these animals like eating a person. And when I saw this picture that she was putting over the mirror, it kind of reminded me of Skinwalkers. Do you remember? Oh no, Wrong Turn for the gas station. Oh, okay. In the movie Wrong Turn, apparently the gas station is like, I remember the movie Wrong Turn. I watched it once. Maybe I got to watch it again to see what the gas station looks like.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking the gas station was more like from the movie Highway to Hell, where that one guy has to go to hell to get his girl back.
Everybody has that classic gas station in the middle of nowhere with the fucking slimy guy that comes out with the spit that spits on your, you got the big wad fucking chew in his mouth, yellow teeth, nobody there is like, how do you live here? What business do you have here? Yeah. Everybody has that gas station.
Do you remember that picture that she puts over that glass?
Oh, yeah.
It kind of reminded me of Skinwalkers.
It's Skinwalker. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's probably one of the monsters they could have
chosen.
Yeah,
the painting over the mirror is a hunt, and they are the prey. Yeah, yeah. They're representing the prey.
Says that. Yeah,
kind of reminded me of a little Skinwalkers, like a little prey, what's going on. They're all being hunted, kind of like clues. You're right. They're giving clues.
Yeah.
It kind of made me think of skinwalkers at the same time.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Now, I wrote this down because this is kind of this is kind of a weird thought.
What's that?
That I think another movie used based on scenes from this movie, and let me try to explain this the best I can. During the movie, the cellar floor just pops open, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, it just pops open, kind of like Evil Dead. It just pops open.
Yeah.
So this group is basically going down the cellar. The virgin goes first, of course, and they all come down, and she has the flashlight, and there's a picture of a girl with the two braids going down, right?
Looks like Wednesday. What was her name? Wednesday?
Well, I'm gonna show you a picture. I got a picture here of the girl on the wall, or this is not the girl on the wall. Okay, the girl on the wall, but later in the movie, it shows that girl who's on the wall actually walking around. So that's the girl with the braids.
Oh.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I don't think she won the pageant. Not with that face. Yeah. No.
Well, but there's something I'm gonna this like I said, this could be Bob. This could be way fucking off. But okay, there's a picture of this girl with the braids, right?
Yes.
And then they find this book, a diary. A diary of a girl named, short for Anna.
Yes.
And Anna. Now the book of the diary in the basement. Now, guys.
Oh, I know. Diary of Anne Frank.
No, I was thinking of Anne Frank, but no. Take away Anne Frank. No, but hold on. I know, Bob, this is gonna sound crazy. Now, first of all, everybody listen here.
Oh.
The diary is the diary was written back in 1903. Now, if you do your math, that's 13.
Yes.
1903 is 13.
13.
Okay. She reads a sentence. Now, of course, there's a sentence in the book that she reads. Like Evil Dead, it brings up. So you have a short name of Anna. You don't know the full name. It could be Anne, it could be Anna.
Frank.
But 1903 equals 13. Now, in the Conjuring movies, in the very first Conjuring movie, the real Annabelle doll was a Raggedy Ann doll. But in the movie, they replaced Annabelle doll with this another doll, which the movie came out 2013, which of course is a 13 right there. You got a 13 and you got a 13. Now let me show you this picture of the Annabelle doll. Now look at this picture of her, Anna, from 1903 that equals 13, which they never said the full name. Her name could have been Annabelle. So let me stop this.
Nazi occupation, man. This could be all about Nazi occupation.
Look, Annabelle has two braids.
It's the same.
I'm saying that this is just me thinking here that they took Annabelle. Josh, the Conjuring people took Annabelle. Said we can't make this. They couldn't make the movie with Raggedy Ann doll because they didn't have the rights to do that.
No.
So why not use Anna? That girl with the braids from the movie from 1903 equals 13 to come out with the Conjuring in 2013 with the 13, and we're gonna have her look. All one thing we'll change is we'll lighten her hair up a little bit. Look at it. Look at her.
When did they have that book come out? The Diary of Anne Frank. When did that come out? Was that like?
Well, that's got to be during the Nazi War. So let me see.
Yeah. Diary of Anne
Frank. When did the diary was released? Hold on. Oh, that's right. I got to do this on MSN because Google's not working. I don't know why.
Fuck Google. Too busy taking all your DNA and going to your
March 18th, Diary of Anne Frank was released. The book was released March 18, 1959.
Oh,
But that was when the book was released. I can't tell you. Okay, let me see. First auto, I don't have the string. He wrote to his mother on 22nd of August 1945, but I don't know when.
okay.
Okay. Diary of Anne Frank not become a bestseller until it was adapted to a stage premiere in 1955. So when did she start? I guess how would you know? I mean, unless
It was a shot in the dark. Never mind. I thought it'd be like 1933 or something.
So I'm just saying that this character they use for this Annabelle looks. I'm gonna go back to the original one that I have. Looks a lot like her.
Oh, Annabelle doll.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's where they got the idea.
I think so.
1900, like I said, the 1903 equals to 13.
Yes.
And the Conjuring came out 2013. You know, there's a 13. I think there's a connection.
I definitely see the connection. It has nothing to do with the Diary of Anne Frank.
What this continues. I want to. Scabbing for performance. I want to troll you guys, but this content is too corny. It is bad. It's so bad it's taking my troll powers.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. Go back to what you do. Your hard hitting Mandela effects.
Hey, we said we're breaking down this movie. Okay, so you don't have to agree with the connections. I'm just saying. Now, of course, there's a scene where
he wears the bandana like a vato. Orale, güey. Orale.
And then this has the old tradition of horny men, and what I mean is there was a scene where there's a whole group of all these workers, all these government workers, were watching the athlete and the whore outside, and they're wanting to see her get naked. And then when she did get naked, they threw them all out. But what was cool about the government workers and with these people is they created bets, like a betting game, like betting on football and all that on what's going to be chosen for the kills.
For the sacrifice.
And I think if I remember right, it was the maintenance workers, the ones who won the poll on how she would get killed. So when she picked up that book and she read it, because there's different ways these people could be killed, but she picked the book on a certain way they're going to be killed. So the maintenance workers actually won the poll.
Well, yeah, and they were fighting over the zombies or the rabid family with fucking zombieisms or some weird shit.
Remember, there's different ways to be killed.
Yeah.
And it just happened that they picked a book to bring up the dead of the zombies, kind of like the movie Evil Dead. So it was like, two together, Evil Dead. So
now, guys, remember, we're examining this movie because we're turning it over to sacrifices.
Yes, we're going to get that. We're going to get to the ancient aliens and stuff.
Yeah, it goes into sacrifices, and there's a lot of sacrifices that we think may be going on presently, which follows back on early paganism. So a lot of this stuff has to do with all paganisms and early religions and stuff that's still being carried out in secret by the United States government, apparently, in this movie.
Scraper Farm is lucky you missed the part of Bob's sexy dance.
Oh.
I didn't think you did a sexy dance today yet. Did you do a sexy dance yet?
Unless I sent that to you.
I saw that. I will be taking a shower soon. I knew it.
Oh, I knew it. He's gonna walk the dog with me in his mind. That's kind of sick, man.
But okay.
Maricon. Don't be doing that shit, maricon.
Now, in this movie, you learn that they kind of created this girl to be kind of a whore, where she really wasn't like a whore, right? And they did some what you call being a whore with a creature. Where if you know this scene, she makes out with a dead dog on the wall. Now before you knew that they were being trained in a way to act a certain way. When you're watching it, like, oh my god, who's gonna stick a tongue in a dead animal on the wall? I know you do that in the movie Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but
that's like somebody kissing Dan from Scare Performance. Maybe Fizzy does that. I don't know. That's what reminds me of those two.
no,
it's gross.
Fizzy, you don't do that, do you? No, no. Come on.
Oh, is that how you kiss Dan on the mouth? Oh, oof.
Oh,
He's a
ew. I know, guys. I know. But this happened in the movie. I mean, if you had seen this movie, she really makes out.
Well, they put that pheromone. They gave her a dose of pheromone to make her do that. It's things that people won't normally do. Pretty much they've intoxicated the entire group. They put a type of chemical into her hair. They manipulate her, and she's got this intoxicant in her already. And then they spray pheromone stuff in there. I mean, totally manipulation.
Yes.
So these are all getting set up for the sacrifice.
Yes. But at this part, you didn't know that yet.
Yeah.
They don't know that yet.
Yeah, they don't know that yet.
What is this? The fool said it was a moose. They want to show he saw what the others didn't.
Yeah, he might have saw something different. Now remember,
hold on, laugh out loud, Bob. I am so hot you would come out of the closet for good.
Oh my God, Vato. I so want you in the dark shadows when you show your no face. I want to see your sexiness with your big baggy pants.
You know, and Bob, you're right, because
yeah,
I don't know if I'm skipping some parts, but there was a scene where things didn't go right, and one of the government workers goes, "I could fix this," and he does something on the keyboard and made this white little smoke go on the athlete, and it made him change his mind. Instead of being together, we're going to separate. So it kind of shows clues on how they were manipulating people without them even knowing it, because the fool himself was saying she was like that much of a whore. You know,
she was not like that. That wasn't the way. I mean, isn't it the way the government actually? I mean, what they do with television now, where they over sexualize children, or they over sexualize actors and actresses, so you become, over sexualize them to get you whatever the state you want. They want you to be in. To be a certain way. It's the same thing. I mean, remember, the government, guys, is behind this whole thing. So we're watching the movie, and the government is watching them on cameras in an underground bunker, prepping these guys for the sacrifice. So it's the same concept of them over-sexualizing television shows, getting you prepared for a sacrifice. We don't know. They put out the movie Top Gun. And then after they put out the movie Top Gun, didn't everybody go join the fucking Navy and want to be a pilot and then die?
The Navy actually went up. No, that is a fact.
Went up. Yes. Yeah, I mean, the government's doing this all the time. This is just in the movie, them doing it supposed to be in real time, but they do it in real time in your home when you're watching the television. Like I said, Top Gun was an example of the military spiked at that time. And just so happened, right after that happened, there was a war. How convenient that was. How convenient. So, same thing, sacrifice.
Yeah.
Setting you up. Government setting them up for sacrifice.
Well, is it me, or don't people say that what's been going on in 2020 was to keep people scared? Isn't that the main concept?
Yeah.
So in the movie, it was kind of doing that, like.
Yeah. Well, the old man at the gas station is the same thing as the cornholio virus. It's the same concept. The old man at the gas station gets you scared, keeps you on your toes, keeps your adrenaline pumping, gets you prepared for the ultimate sacrifice. Same thing with cornholio. They were, watching the news and watching that Fauci guy, watching Fauci with the double mask thing. It's the same thing as the old man at the gas station, right? It gets you scared. It gets you pumped up, gets your adrenaline pumping, telling you these things. It just makes you upset. I mean, if you let it get to you, that's what exactly is happening. So these guys, it got to them, and now they're in there getting these little pheromones sprayed around. Now she's kissing a fucking mounted dog, just following right through with what they wanted to do, controlling everybody.
Yeah. And then about the first kill, Here's a picture of the first kill, where just like a typical, what they did what a typical horror movie does.
Yes.
Campers having sex and they die. This is a scene where, she's on her partner, and then, she gets a knife stabbed through her hand and she gets her head chopped off. Just like
there's the first,
like Carla Webster. Then her head gets chopped off by a zombie. Zombie represents Perseus.
Perseus, yes, she's going into Medusa. Yeah, because Medusa was beautiful. She was the beautiful maiden and the lover of Poseidon.
Chris Thomas, good. That is the good one. The weed smoker was the only one not affected by brainwashing.
Brainwashing because of the THC in his system. Yes,
could be because he's the one that was like saying something's not right. These people aren't acting the way they should be. She's not like that. The
pheromones didn't. They even said it later on the show. It didn't work on him. Now I don't want to come out and say this, guys, because I had some doctors tell me, please don't say this. I was running some statistics, and I don't want to say this. I'm not going to say this, so I got to say this. According to some studies, and do your own research, go ahead and debunk me first, but they found out that cigarette smokers, tobacco smokers, are less likely to get the cornholio. And now a lot of you are going, well, what are you talking about? Just go do your own research. You're going to find out what I'm saying is oddly true. You're killing it in your bloodstream. The THC, but the nicotine is actually killing the virus in your system. For those of you that smoke cigarettes, they say, why do you smoke so much, Robert? Well, I haven't gotten sick yet. I've been exposed to it face to face with fucking people with it, and it dies. But I'm not saying that. Do your own research, find out your own stuff. When I found that out, I was like, this is number one, I'm debunking it. It's fucking got to be incorrect. There's just no way. But the research is out there. People with low vitamin D and get it. With people that smoke cigarettes are less likely to get the anyway.
Yeah. And then Carla said Carla wrote, then her head is chopped off by not that one, but Carla wrote the same head chopping happened in The Dead Don't Die. Cop and Selena. Yeah. It goes back to Medusa. Yeah. Fizzy Pop wanted you to say it, and he did. So you made her proud. You guys do your own research on that one. You're gonna see when you see what I'm talking about. You're gonna fucking slap yourself in the face and go, "This is hilariously what." Smokers are less likely to get because it kills the what? Pot smoker is like the movie. It reminds me of the movie. The pot smoker was oblivious to anything and all the pheromones and anything in the room because he was a pot smoker. His system was flooded with all these chemicals. I am not promoting cancer. That's him. I don't believe in cancer, dude. I don't fucking die. Shit, I was supposed to be dead in 2016. My body fucking healed a monster amount. Nobody else could even fucking say that. Yeah, I'm the fattest motherfucker alive right now. I don't smoke. Favorite performers. I don't smoke, so I ain't promoting anything. I'm not saying do it at all, but go do your research, guys. You'll be fucking shocked when you see that. You're gonna laugh more than anything else. I laughed. I mean, I was smoking before I even saw that, and I go, oh my god. Alien Drunk. Alien Drunk. What a fuck! I love that name. Alien Drunk. It's a conspiracy. The pyramids were alien breweries and distillers that were meant to keep humans inbreded to keep us on this planet. And we're gonna get into the ancient stuff. You know, we're just kind of going through the movie as we speak. So, I already said that the girl has sex and she dies. Now, and then what happens is when somebody dies, the blood drips down like into like a jar. Yeah. And it goes into the sacrificial where it goes into where it kind of like symbolizes their death. And then one more death for the next sacrifice. I'm already getting texts from the people in the medical department. You did not tell them that study. Well, I was telling them it was a fucking study I read. It was kind of interesting. Then I followed up with another study, and everyone else is like, yeah, oddly enough, the smokers aren't really getting the. Yeah, I'm trying to. I wish freaking. Explain it's working because I wanted to see because this is this I'm bringing back my 1998 thing back here because when you saw the blood dripping down, right? You saw the blood dripping down, and when they mentioned 98, it really made me remember this other movie. It's a Marvel movie. It's actually a Marvel movie called Blade.
Blade.
In the movie Blade with Wesley Snipes, in the movie Blade, they needed him because he was half human, he was half vampire. They needed him because they needed to sacrifice him at the end. They put him in a chamber, like you kind of saw in this movie, and they had his hands up where his blood drains, kind of like this movie, where his blood is draining, to do what? To raise the ultimate evil, to take over the planet. It's almost, Blade is almost identical in this, where these pure vampires needed a half-breed, needed a daywalker.
Yes, a daywalker.
Where this movie, they kind of needed people set up like a whore, an athlete, a scholar, and a fool. The movie Blade, guys, watch Blade, the very first Blade. He is being sacrificed just like this movie at the end to bring up the ancient being to destroy the planet. It's almost identical. So when they say a glitch, where in 98, Blade wins. That didn't happen. He destroyed it. So when I saw the glitch in 98, Blade came right to me like, Blade could have been part of that, and Blade won. So that could have been a glitch, because that movie, same thing, blood dripping down into the statue. And also, this is not a movie that came out in 98, but if you kind of look at the movie Underworld, where they had ancient vampires in the ground, and they needed blood to go into it to be able to wake them up, kind of like in this movie. So there's a lot of movies that based around this, but let's just say it. Blade, a Marvel movie, Blade, is really a prequel kind of a movie to The Cabin in the Woods. It really is.
But it goes back to the ancient wars of Rh negative blood types against the positive blood types. The ancient families that are Rh negative. They take the blood of the Rh positives because they're just
Bob knows the truth. I had an emergency operation, being told I wouldn't be able to walk for 2 weeks. Trust me, the want of a cig got me walking within 8 hours. Bob, now everybody's to go to the hospital saying, if I have a cigarette, I'm going to walk faster. You think we can start it?
Guys, it's okay. Break it down. It's not. It's the nitrogen. It's the high nitrogen in the blood. Go do your anthropology. I have a advanced degree in it. It's the nitrogen in your blood. It's actually
what is this?
A little bit to do with the nicotine, but mostly the nitrogen in your blood. It kills and a little bit of hooch don't hurt. Also, a little bit of hooch also puts alcohol in your bloodstream, and it kills the. So like, Robert, how does you never get sick or anything ever happens to you? Because I have a little bit of hooch and a smoke to follow it up.
Well, they say if you have a glass of wine every day, right, it's supposed to help your blood up. Now, Carter Webster wrote, the pot smokers also read the book Finding Nemo. Nemo in Latin means nobody. He's reading about finding nobodies. Yeah.
There you go.
And then Scraper Performers, I know I've seen the report. It's because your lungs are coated with nicotine. Therefore, it does not attach to your lungs. Robert is once again particularly correct.
Of course he knows he knows my shit is weird.
Jennifer Jones for the leads. I'm still traumatized by the wolf head comment.
Do not smoke, people.
Blade, another good film. Yes, hey Carla, Blade. Watch Blade now. It's Cabin in the Woods. It's almost identical in a way, but it's just with the world of vampires.
Yeah,
doing the same thing, sacrificing a person to bring out the ultimate dead. Love the Blade movies. Now I got people on the Blades. What is this? We are selling fizzy bathwater at the Scarab Performance channel for Valentine's Day. Get it before it's gone. All right. Okay. Can I buy it? Do I have to buy it through PayPal, or is it credit card, or how do I get you the cash?
if you pay extra, do you actually get to go to the bathtub and like have a cup and just dip it yourself? How does that work?
Wow, Phyllis.
Oh,
Deception. Yep. The Daywalker. Yeah, the Daywalker. Skinwalkers, Daywalkers. See, it all rhymes. They are telling the same story over and over. If you know what you're looking for, yes,
well,
they
yeah,
are.
classics.
That's what I'm saying. When you break down a movie, there's so many movies. You're thinking Marvel superheroes. No, Blade is not a good superhero. He's a killer. I mean, think about it. Blade kills.
He's a half-breed.
He's a half-breed. He kills. Oh my God. Carla, can you get the codes without looking at a single movie? Well, I guess you get the codes from us. I was in the cabin in the woods. Sasquatch took my beer, and I was angry to kill everyone. I'm sure it was the same for them.
I believe you. I believe you. Well, this is our Sasquatch hunter. We actually have somebody wanted to come on the show and talk about hunting Sasquatch. Actually hunts them down, shoots them.
I found the gentlemen gentlementals are non-smokers. Is that a shot at me? I'm thinking I'm not judgmental. I'm not a smoker, but I'm not a
I'm not advocating it, man. Even Dan, you didn't fucking help me out.
We have takers. Get in the suds, baby. Laugh out loud. But script performance. Do we get to scoop the bathwater out ourselves, or are we trusting you to send us her bathwater? Do we get a letter certificate saying this is the actual
yellow
bathwater from her? How do I know that's her bathwater?
And why is it yellow? Why would I get
great performance? I'm not paying for your water. How do I know if it's hers? Do we get a picture of evidence of her in that bathtub? And do we get a signature? I mean, come on, gotta give me something here. I gotta have proof.
Can we name a star after her bathwater?
Okay, now
that one's the constellation of fizzy pop bathwater. Right there, that's constellation.
Okay, so now you heard my fourth one about the 1998. I think the 1998 was based on Blade. That was me.
Yes.
And then hold on, this is getting weird. Hey, it's your friend who started it. He's the one that said he's selling your water. You know, hey guys, laugh out loud. We're discussing the bath water. Hey, Long Beach One. Great performance is selling her bath water for Valentine's Day. So, you know, we're just trying to get a confirmation on how do we know it's her bath water. That's all I'm saying. Okay, now this is where the character, the fool, is start noticing that things aren't right, because when he goes outside, he looks up in the sky. He goes, "You guys notice there's no stars?"
Yeah.
It was all black.
Kind of like here.
You hear dogs. There was no stars, right?
No stars.
Okay. And there was a scene in the movie where they're trying to escape, right? They were trying to escape. And they blew up the cave because the guy there was a glitch in the system where something happened. So they had to blow up the cave so they don't get out. And then the main character, Thor, gets on a motorcycle and drives it, and he hits the wall. Now, I heard this part from different people. Some people saying, well, he actually hit the wall. It's not a force field. It was actually they're in a matrix.
Within a matrix.
Okay, they're in a matrix. Now, some people on the flat Earth side saying that's just showing that the Earth is flat. That's actually the dome. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I'm not going that far, but I'm just telling you some theories that I've heard. It's all on here. Some people saying, actually, the movie's about they're actually in a matrix.
Are you guys being watched by the government living in a dome? So now when they're in there thinking they actually won, where they did enough things to satisfy the group. And Bob's going to get more into that in a second. But one of the things that they did on the wall where a phone was ringing, a red phone. Now, a red phone has always been kind of a thing with the president. When something's happening, you get on the red phone. So the phone was a special red phone, and the phone was designed to only talk to the top. It's when the top wants to talk to you, they call you on the red phone. Yes.
Is there a meaning behind a red phone?
Well, that would be the person in charge, Eric. That would be the presidente or would be the person behind the curtain calling all the shots. In this case, because they're suppressing evil in the ground, the dark overlords from coming up. That person is in head control. Must be the head priestess or the priest, like back in the days of Pharaoh. The pharaohs have priests. All of the early pagan traditions always had the priest or the priestess mostly. And then they were in charge of keeping the animal spirits in the ground, or keeping the matrix happy, and keeping things in check, or keeping the jinn from coming up, or the demons from coming out of hell. And all this hard stuff they have to always manage, the ultimate priestess. So now we have a regular religious free society in the United States of America. We don't have priests or priestesses. But in this movie, this is the priestess.
Yep.
And the United States government is the one doing the entire sacrifice scenario. So they are a branch of the government that are working for the priestess that is working for the United States or for the world. Remember, this is not just the United States, Eric. Remember, China was doing it. All over the entire back of the fucking turtle. Every country had to have their own individual sacrifices for the demons from below. Same thing as like World War I, World War II, Civil War, all the wars, people dying every time.
You know what the problem is? Trying to listen to you now. All I see is this bath water. That's what the aliens used to brew in the pyramids. And then here, fourth wall observer. I want to place an order for the bath water.
I think he's gonna make a lot of money off the bath water.
Then great, thank you for the wall. And then, you know what, this is what I wanted Carla for, because the bike had a number 88, and I was trying to think, what the fuck does 88 stand for this movie? She wrote, the 88 bike reveals the truth of the system. 88 is to do with two realities. 88 miles per hour, Back to the Future, and the fool is called Marty. That's it. I knew the 88 meant something, because the motorcycle had an 88. Marty McFly.
Well, yeah, it's two infinity symbols. Remember, you got two infinity symbols. You got remember, they're just symbols, guys. They're just symbols used for whatever. But also, if it's not a prime, it's a compound, so it goes back down to 1 and 1, 11, 11, or 1, 1, 1, 1. Anyway, but yeah, it's two infinity symbols. It's the same thing when you go back to Freemasonry. When you, in my time, when I was a Freemason, yes, there was one Knights Templar on a horse. In this timeline, we have two Knight Templars on a horse. You have two knights on a horse. And then if you go back to his, I know Buddy Black Sheep talks about, what's the name of that? Janus with the two faces, one forward, one back. The infinity symbol.
Bob, I knew this was going to come up.
What's that?
Bob, wasn't your abduction performance in bathwater?
Yes, it was. That's where I get milked. I'm more comfortable being milked in the bathwater. Yes.
And the same bathwater that Fizzy Pop was in?
Probably yes. That's probably why she's in the bathwater.
Okay, so when they got the phone call because they thought the fool was dead. So apparently he wasn't dead. Now, the only thing I was trying to figure out, if they were being killed by zombies, the scene where it looked like he died, you need to see him get stabbed, but you saw a body gets down, but you saw blood drip down on a tray. So I didn't know that zombies still had blood in them, because some blood came out, and I didn't see no big cut wound.
I don't think it was blood. I think it was more of a goo.
It had to be something, because they show blood coming down, so you thought the fool was dead. But unless the zombie still has some blood in them.
No, I don't think the blood is dripping down that far, because it's really, really low. I think they have like a little spool that they symbolically hit, and then the blood comes down. I think it's just symbolic. For each one that dies, it hits.
Oh my God!
It hits a thing of blood, and then it comes down.
Now they're singing a song. Ooh, Woody and Fizzy sitting in a bath. What is it? 88 is also the swastika. Oh.
Oh yeah. Okay. Whoa. Which is the sun.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. The fool is called Marty. I never connected it before. I did not either. That's what I'm saying. This show's interactive. You guys are part of the show, not just us. I was sitting there. I wrote down on my notes 88. Like, what does fucking 88 means? And I tried to look something in the year 1988, and I couldn't connect it. So that was awesome.
even got the 8-ball. Talk about the 8-ball. Then you got 88. It goes back to the Nazis. That actually goes back to paganism.
No, probe in the bat, Bob. The fool is a leap of faith. The fool is a leap of faith.
That's
yeah.
what Fizzy's for. I think Fizzy actually does that. I think she does the probing in the bathtub.
We're getting closer to. Now we're getting closer to the ancient aliens because the two characters, right? The virgin and the fool goes down the elevator, and what they discover down the elevator is there's different chambers of different creatures, because each creature is designed for death, different kind of a death if it gets chosen. If you remember in the movie where this group, the maintenance workers won, it's because when she read the book, it opened up this set of zombies to kill, but there's different people that can kill. Like if you remember in the movie, they were watching a school where a bunch of Asian girls, 9-year-old Asian girls, was fighting a ghost girl.
Yeah, the girl from The Ring.
Oh, there we go. We have a special on gallons, $49.95 ship, and get a special tag with Fizzy Kiss on the note. Okay.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But don't forget, I use the bath water first, and then she jumps in afterwards. That's where I get milked by the aliens.
So
like, this is the best.
Now when I was looking at all the creatures, Bob, and that's where I saw the girl with the braids. That's what reminded me of Annabelle. But there was a unicorn, a white unicorn that killed somebody. And I'm thinking there's got to be a symbolism. There's got to be a symbolism about this white unicorn. So Bob, now I remember in the movie Legend with Tom Cruise, they had a white unicorn where if you crack the thing, it brings evil. Now this unicorn was evil. This unicorn killed somebody with the horn. Is there a meaning behind that unicorn, Bob?
You know what? Well, I mean, unicorn. Originally, the unicorn horn is supposed to be magical. Even the Vatican, the Pope had one, but of course they were getting it from traders and sellers that were getting it from a fucking whale, and then selling it to the aristocrats for a magic wand. You know, and getting it from the fucking narwhal whale, whatever. But they got it from a unicorn. But unicorns aren't exactly all that good in mythology, not all the time. You
can see pictures here of different ways to die. They even got a KKK in there.
Well, these are all your nightmares. These are nightmares. Anything and everything from your nightmares. These are all created by humans. Remember now, a lot of you guys don't know this, but these monsters, and most of them, in fact, were this in the movie was based off by H.P. Lovecraft's monsters. Okay. H.P. Lovecraft. So if you guys know about H.P. Lovecraft, he wrote a series of books back in the early 1900s. And so the movie's monsters are based off his universe, the Cthulhu universe. So a lot of these are from Cthulhu, which he borrowed from natural history and fun stuff. So if you look up, Eric, remember, you look up H.P. Lovecraft's wiki, monsters, I think it was, I wrote it down. You'll have a whole series pictures of these same monsters from the Cthulhu universe. So the movie's based off of H.P. Lovecraft's monsters. Cthulhu. Lovecraft. Yeah, the Cthulhu monsters.
Monsters images. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. I mean, I might not get the exact ones, but I'll just type it in. Let's see here.
And I'm going to say this, guys. Now, I know this sounds weird. There's all his monsters. See, these are a lot of the ones in the movie. I'm just going to say this real quick. It's up to you guys. You want to believe it. His name is H.P. Lovecraft. His name, H, stands for Howard. Howard. And it kind of ties back to Howard the Duck. So if you guys look at Howard the Duck, and he's supposed to be kind of mixed after H.P. Lovecraft, the actual author, Howard, from Howard the Duck. And a lot of Howard the Duck's stuff in that kind of universe also kind of overlaps with the H.P. Lovecraft universe.
Legend was a great film. Unicorn is supposedly to actually be satanic, not good. Yeah, Legend was great. It was the music they did in that movie. Legend was fantastic. That came out the same year as Top Gun, believe it or not. And Legend is a Ridley Scott movie also, and they made the whole movie Legend in a warehouse.
Oh yeah.
Everything in that movie was made in a warehouse. And it's cool how practical magic still it rules. They use all practical magic in that movie Legend. So I'll say unicorn equals plus male, usually fins or has horn touching water.
Ooh. Well, it's a phallic symbol if you want to go there. You want to go Freudian on that damn thing.
But okay.
Yeah. All of H.P. Lovecraft's monsters.
So now they're going through. They all the creatures got out and they're killing every government worker there is. All the government workers are getting killed, and then the two main characters, the fool and the virgin, gets to the chamber. They make it down to the bottom, to the bottom. Well, there's a more of a bottom, but that's what you get to the bottom, and then you get the actress Signal Weaver.
Weaver,
awesome actress to get from Aliens to get her here. So basically, she comes out and she explains to them about the ancient aliens. About this is actually a movie about the sacrifice. This not movie. Well, the story goes it's about a sacrifice, and the fool must die, and then Faith will choose if the virgin is going to live or die. So she doesn't have to die. The Faith will choose for her to live or die, but the fool has to die because if the fool doesn't die, then the ancient aliens will come up and destroy the world. Now, Bob's going to get more in deep with the ancient aliens. Now, I was watching this.
But you got to roll
too deep with the ancient aliens.
Yeah.
I was honestly like, the fool's kind of a jackass. I'm sorry. He's kind of a jackass.
You got it wrong.
He's going to sacrifice himself to die for the good of mankind.
But
now, Bob, explain to us about the ancient world and about sacrificing.
Well, about sacrifice, but Eric actually got it wrong. Now, the fool happens to be at the end of the movie, Eric. He wasn't the fool. He was the virgin. He was the virgin. She was the fool. He was the virgin because he had the
twist.
The twist because she was like, well, they got to kill him. Why do you got to kill him? Because he's the virgin. It turns out that the girl they called the virgin the whole movie wasn't the virgin. And they kept wanting to kill her, but it turns out that they're like, oh, everyone celebrate because she's dead now. No. It's the fool. And actually the fool in this movie, the pot smoker, the smoker, turned out to be all of them. He was the most athletic. That's why he survived. He was the smartest of all of them. He was the virgin. He was all of them. He was the athlete. He was all of them combined. They didn't, because that's why he survived. That's why he was so strong. That's why he was able to get away from everything. Just because he was a pot smoker, it just meant he was laid back. It didn't mean he was fucking weak or stupid. So I love the twist at the end. They said, well, holy fuck. Well, because he was a pot smoker, he didn't let his guard up. He didn't let anybody know what his abilities were. He kept himself looking like the fool. In fact, he was the most magnificent one out of all of them. And that's why at the end they said, this is the one we had to kill the whole time. Holy shit.
There's a good find. The blood collection shape of the athlete is Orion. Orion is also Thor. And why that's important, Chris Hemsworth plays Thor in the movies now.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So that's a good connection.
And Orion actually he's holding the head of the lion.
Oh, look, you got Carla on that. You didn't know that part about the switch.
Yeah, the switch. Yeah, it was a switch. It turns out that the stoner was the one that had all the attributes. They doubted the whole time because he was a simple. Sun Tzu, the art of war. Always don't give away what you are. Always look look weak when you want to be strong. Don't look strong because then they think So anyway, we go back to you're talking about ancient aliens and all this fun stuff with sacrifices. Sacrifices have been going on for a long time in China, 1600s to before that. The Chinese had sacrifices. Iraq was known 4,000 years ago. They had a series of an archaeological digs. They had multiple sacrifices in Iraq. They found one in St. Louis, down in St. Louis in North America, back in 1050s, whatever. The native cultures, yes, they did sacrifice. They found evidence of sacrifices, so they sacrificed. Now, why? We keep asking. The Incas in the Andes in the 15th century had sacrifices. The Mayas had sacrifices. Israel, which everyone's like, well, the Israelites, Abraham himself was told by God to sacrifice his son. Now everyone says, well, he was told not to right before he plunged a fucking knife when he was going to sacrifice Isaac. Well, yeah, he stopped. However, if you go back and look at the Bible, Noah was told by God that when he got to land, he's to sacrifice, and this is a Mandela effect for me, 7. I don't remember, no, that was always 2 on 2, but now there's 7 of each animal, or 7 whatever pairs of each animal on the boat. Now he's to sacrifice 7 clean animals, burn them. Now, burnt sacrifice. So when Noah got to fucking land, Noah had to sacrifice 7 clean animals, or 7 pairs of clean animals. Yeah, sacrifices all the way through the fucking Bible and all through the Torah and all through that stuff for the Israelites. Also the Aztecs. Everyone knows the Aztecs sacrificed their fucking prisoners. Ancient Egypt, before the pyramids were built, they were practicing sacrifice. They were to sacrificing to Osiris, the underlord, the undergod of the underworld. They had to sacrifice. Japan, even in contemporary times, the Japanese up to World War II sent people out to be sacrificed. Now, the question is kind of iffy. You guys have heard of the kamikazes. The kamikazes weren't going to land their planes. They were designed not even to land, some of them. They're to drive them and fly them into the boats, which they did. The kamikazes sacrifice. So you have, even in London had sacrifices. You had just recently found 3,000-year-old bones. And then in England and Denmark, Germany sacrifices. You had the peat bog people. The peat bog people, they were all sacrificed. Throats slit, fucking nooses on their necks. So yeah, I just want to go through all the in Romans times. Of course, the Romans know that they sacrificed the pagan gods. They constantly had sacrifice. Even down when they had the gladiatorial events, they had through Christians to be sacrificed to the gods by being killed by lions and wild animals in the arena. So sacrifices have been going on for a long time. And then we have, in our time, we have World War I, big old sacrifice, kind of ironic. We had the Twin Apples and Twin Towers. That was, if you're in a conspiracy theorist, with the 747s. Thank you, Dan. 747s. That was a sacrifice. I'm going to get me a beer in a minute.
Well, somebody wrote, Enrique, have a Kobe. Yeah, look, I got Bigfoot beer for the show. Bigfoot beer. This is Bigfoot.
Yeah, so they also had sacrifices. So all the way up to World War II, how many people died? Continuously sacrificed. And then we go down to present time now, Eric, back to the good old fashioned, this movie of the true meaning of Cabin in the Woods. Pure sacrifices to the pagan gods. There's even rumors that the royal families, even though they were supposed to be the head of the church, the queen's the head of the church, she's not exactly head of the church. They still go back to paganism beliefs, and they go back to druids, back to the early druids, where they had sacrifice. And then, Eric, we go back to what? Wicker Man. And back in the days of the druids, where they'd have the enemy or the person who volunteered to be sacrificed in the large apparatus, whatever you want to be made out of wicker, and they would burn it in effigy. They'd burn it in effigy. Boom. So a lot of sacrifices were going all the way up to the present day. And so now we all talk about maybe, possibly, sacrifices are still going on. We just don't know.
I don't have a bottle opener.
Oh, I got one. Here, you keep talking. I'm gonna grab me a beer, and I'll open up your beer. It's fucking Friday.
Oh, hold on. Just stay right there. Hold on. Stay right there. Hold on.
I gotta. How many people don't carry a Swiss Army knife anymore? I think my brother might be a homosexual. He don't have himself a knife. Give me a beer way in there. Give me a beer, eh? Give me a beer, eh? This one's for you.
Hey, guy, this is Bigfoot beer.
This is for you. I'll take this one here. Oh, I want my beer, eh? What man does not walk around with a beer opener? If you don't have a beer opener in your pocket right now and you're a grown man, I'm sorry, you probably drink water. You probably still sit on your mama's lap and you're a grown adult. Now, a real man has a bottle opener. Now, I'm putting Eric down, but Eric was just happening to be in his room and I had it.
I bought this beer on purpose for the show since we're supposed to be
Bigfoot.
like a paranormal kind of a show. When I saw Bigfoot, I thought, hey, Bigfoot's perfect for the show. No, Bob, they're right. There's a lot of movies about sacrificing that we don't think of. I'm gonna throw you out a crazy movie. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but think about Joe versus the Volcano. Okay, now Joe versus the Volcano. I know it sounds crazy, but like this movie, they made up a fake brain thing where he thinks he's dying, but to save this island, he needs to jump in a volcano, a sacrifice. Now, if you remember the movie, it's about the journey, getting there, thinking he's something else, that he's dying, but he really wasn't. He falls in love with the girl. Hold on. I don't have a beer opener. I'm not a real man. No.
Of course you don't.
All my beer openers are upstairs. I'm actually downstairs in the basement. I'm in my office, right? I'm gonna show you guys my office. This is the office. Bob sleeps. Look, there's a bed there.
Right there.
This is where.
Hello, puppy.
This is where Bob sleeps.
I sleep right there.
And you're right. Hold on. Sorry about that.
I see Eric's ass crack.
So you're right. Why didn't Bob have a Bob opener by his bed? That's a good question. Now, Bob. Now at the end of this movie, right?
Yes.
So at the end of Joe versus the Volcano, he kind of falls in love with the girl, and she's like telling him, "Well, this is kind of stupid. Why do you think there was a brain cloud and whatever?" And they both decided to they're gonna jump in, and they didn't do the sacrifice right. So they jump in a volcano. It threw them out, and everybody on the island, basically their whole island blew up.
Well, yeah,
they didn't do the sacrifice right. Now, I know it's a comedy, but
no, it's based off of real incidents.
Huh?
No, it's actually based off of the real thing. I think I'm trying to find it. Is it the Aztecs? Oh, no. I think it was the. Yeah. Okay, so the Inca. So you guys know the Inca in the Andes used to sacrifice in the 15th century AD. Used to sacrifice children, Eric. They used to place them and wrap their bodies. We find them mummified now at the base of the volcanoes. So they used to sacrifice infants, children, to the volcano in the Andes. They sacrificed children. That's where they got it from.
Yeah. Now, fourth Bob is over Bob's bed. Yeah, Bob's visiting from the UK. Bob's planning to go back to the UK in about 4 or 5 weeks. So he's crashing in my office where I have a small bed with a TV there. Just in case if my wife kicks me out from upstairs, I got a room to sleep in. So Bob's using it. So my wife kicks me out. I guess I got to sleep outside because I don't have a bed now.
Pull this out of your dog's mouth, man. I got to be careful. Don't be eating bottle caps.
So, Bob, sometimes, let me ask you this. Yeah. Sometimes I think about, we're all in the military. So we know war is real. We know about wars and all that. But sometimes you start thinking about war, you're telling yourself, some of these wars are just so stupid. Why are we even going to war? Now, if you think about sacrificing, what if? I'm just saying. This is all phenomenal. This is all theories. This is all paranormal now. This is all having fun. This is all having fun.
Yes,
all having fun here. You think the government has to make sacrifice to certain something, and they make up these wars on purpose, because some of these wars just doesn't make sense because you're gonna die.
As a matter of fact, they do. In fact,
okay.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they do. If you guys do notice that when I was in the military, a lot of the officers, ironically, were RH. Now, it's just me doing my own research, but it's fucking true. We're RH negative bloods. So you rarely see anybody with an RH negative blood type running around with a fucking rifle or trying to get out there and get killed. A lot of them are part of the royal family and part of the secret fucking families or whatever, private families and stuff. So they themselves do not get killed. And a lot of them, I guess like the 17% of the world population are RH negative. It's kind of ironic that the majority of them, if not all, big of them, they're all in politics. They're all the presidents of the United States are all RH negative. So it's weird that when they have like even famous whatever is in office, their children always become officers. Even JFK himself was in charge of riverboats in Vietnam, where he saw very minimal action. Who was it, Eric, that was in Hanoi? Was in Hanoi Hotel? You know that guy that was running for president? That old man who just died not too long ago. That a politician. He ran for president with he ran.
McCain.
McCain himself was an Rh negative. He was from a rich aristocrat family, and he sat his entire military career out in Hanoi hotel. I don't care if people are like, oh, I'm a big fan of his. Bullshit. The guy's a fucking fraud. Another Rh negative blood type that sat out of war. So it's kind of funny how all these
I voted for McCain.
Yeah, I find it funny how these Rh negative officers don't actually see combat, but everybody else that's positive,
I know,
see combat.
Yeah, I agree with
dying. I
agree with Carla. Never understood war. I know it seems like why, and is it for land? That's why I'm thinking there's got to be more. There's got to be sacrificing because we have enough land. I mean, think about Canada, all this land. And America always says. We can't keep bringing people in because, the population. One of our biggest fucking state is fucking the state of Montana that only has like 500,000 people in the whole state. Dude, you can put 10 million people in that state.
Yeah. So, you've got technology now.
It's got to be something more.
You got technology now. You got electricity.
Now, I got to ask. Now, somebody wrote... Birthday Fizz. Didn't we sing her a happy birthday last week? Didn't she?
Yeah.
How many birthdays? Yeah. How many birthdays does Fizzy Pop get?
I think she sounds about 80. I think she's in her 80s or something like that. I mean, I don't want to give away ages.
Or is somebody doing this on purpose because they want to hear me sing a happy birthday song again? Because how many birthday does somebody get? Or did I sing happy birthday to somebody else? No, greed causes war. No, you're right. Greed causes war, but it makes you think like there's got to be some reason because people are going to die. So there's got to be more of a sacrifice. Now, me and Bob was joking about this, and we were talking about if you're trying to do a sacrifice and you're doing war, they pick stupid reasons to make a fake war. And then me and Bob talk about. I go, Bob, remember that movie? The Canadian Bacon.
Yeah.
Like, Canadian Bacon where John Candy was at a hockey game in that movie and he says the beer sucks and that starts the whole war. And Bob, you're telling me about something that started another war over something.
Duke Ferdinand.
There you go.
Duke Ferdinand was shot by in my time there was one fucking assassin, but now in this fucking timeline, you had like 6 assassins that all failed, and so now you had Duke Ferdinand got fucking shot, and all of a sudden everybody's fucking son has to go die.
Young women celebrate for 5 days. Oh, so they have birthdays for 5 days? Oh shit!
Very cool.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Fizzy. For the next 4 more. No, she had a birthday last week. She must be at her 5th day. Happy birthday on your 5th day to you.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you have my bathwater for your birthday. I'll give you a gift of my bathwater. I get milked in it by the alien.
You're going to get her bathwater, and then you're going to send her your bathwater.
I'm going to send her my bathwater for that. Yeah, she'll like that. Comes with its own soaps. Shampoos.
So in a lot of ways, you think this movie is kind of, in a weird way, based on some way of a factual thing that really goes on? Because sacrificing humans has always
been around.
Always been there. I mean,
and it's
religious.
And even the Hebrew God, Allah, whatever. I mean, everybody knows. I mean, it's even in the Torah. It's even in the Bible that God asked for sacrifices. Wouldn't ask for it unless he wanted a sacrifice. Now, it's up to you guys or whatever your religion is, if that's cool or not. Is that kosher? But it's clearly in there. If you guys look up the story of Noah, you're going to see sacrifice right there. You're going to see it all through the Bible. You're going to see it all through the Torah. You're going to see it in a lot of religions. So even if you're Christian, you're going to say, well, why is it telling me to sacrifice? Why is God asking for a sacrifice? What the hell is it? Don't make no sense. So, I mean, 2 by 2, so was it 7 clean animals has to be sacrificed when Noah showed up to whatever landmass he had. Burnt offerings. God didn't show up and say, no, this kid, and just like fucking, no, you don't have to do it. No, Isaac, no, went ahead and sacrificed the animals. So it's been done. It's going to continue to be done. I don't know what to say about that. Maybe all of you guys were going to be sacrificed next. That's what the Carolio is. Maybe you guys are being sacrificed.
Yeah.
You got Fauci scaring you guys like the old man at the gas station. I'm telling you right now, you some bitches better start wearing 2 masks, 3 masks. Wear them masks. And the next thing you know, you're fucking sacrificed. Some half-dead old girl with braids fucking knifing you in the back. So the gods can stay in the ground. Eric, when I was in East Timor, Indonesia, I think I told you about the Tay. There's this, they take a tree and they turn it upside down with nasty-ass roots. And then the locals come out of their butt-ass half naked and give it rice every single day to keep that. I go, why are you doing this? They said, because it keeps the animal spirits, the bad animal spirits in the ground. I was like, what? And all over East Timor, Indonesia, dude, there was these fucking Tays. They're called Tays. They were all over the place. And the priests had to go give it fresh rice and food every day, or the animal spirits will be released.
Oh, that's true, man. Film Cabin in the Woods. Main plot is sacrifice and government prospects. Yeah.
Isn't it exactly that? I mean, isn't it that?
At the end of it, yeah. I mean, if I pull this up, it says here, human sacrifice is still practiced, Alice, by assortment of fringe cults in many parts of the world. And to this day, satanic ritual abuse scaremongers size upon the existence of human sacrifice as evidence for their claims.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, with only very rare exceptions, human sacrifice are not Satanists in every very broad sense of the world. So not every sacrifice is for Satanists, which that's true.
Well,
most are fringe practitioners of religions far older than Christianity, such as Hinduism and some African traditional religions. Some are inherents of Cinematic folk blends of Christianity and older religions.
Well, Christians celebrate sacrifice every Easter.
Well,
because Jesus was sacrificed, and now everybody's happy. Thank God somebody fucking sacrificed for us.
You're right. I guess if you believe in the Bible, right? I guess Jesus was sacrificed, right?
Sacrificed for the people, and so everybody's content and happy. You can have a beautiful life. You guys can go out and fucking bang whatever you want to do, man. Have a good time because Jesus was sacrificed, so you guys can have a great time.
What did he say? I believe it goes back to Genghis Khan. That was a sacrificing fucker right there.
That was a sacrificing motherfucker.
I think sacrifice to the gods is what they believe. They are doing it for whether real or not, they believe it. And therefore, it makes us justifiable.
Yeah. Yeah.
All governments are in debt now and controlled.
Yes. Yes, sacrifice. We'll sacrifice somebody else coming up pretty soon. We'll go ahead and make a big ass sacrifice, and everybody can continue to live happily for another fucking 1,000 years.
Here's a good idea. You need to have a drawing for a chance to win a day hanging out with you, Bob. I didn't realize people would actually want to do a contest to hang out with us.
You guys would have a blast, man. We get really high and really drunk. Then I'd wake you up and we continue the process the entire time. You'd walk away with so much knowledge. We talk about, people talk about Jesus. Why would Jesus show up right now? Everyone's like, well, when's Yeshua showing up? Why the fuck would he show up? Because his ass is going to be sacrificed again? Like, I'm here. Oh, everyone's going to bow down. The next thing you know, the fucking Jews got him up on a goddamn hanging. They got him hanging again. So another 1,000 years, everybody, he died for your sins again. Shit, you got another 1,000 years of good times. Just made a sacrifice. Just everyone put down sacrifice.
All hell, most Gypsy's hazing. No, I'm not hazing. It's just for whatever reason, Google search and stuff is not working on our computer,
No.
and I had stories about the ancient aliens that I can't pull up, and I don't even remember what the titles were to pull it up. This is a fallen world, and Satan's would, so the god of the world requires sacrifice. The problem with more people is they don't know where they are. Anything below heaven is hell.
Yeah, dude. Nice. Hey, nice said, Dan. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
That is perfectly said. That is perfectly said. I mean, it's a weird world, you know. Are we being sacrificed as we speak? You know, everything that's going on. I have forgotten what the box looked like.
I can't wait till Jesus comes back. I can't wait to see that sacrifice. I'm thinking in a tree, man. We should string his ass up in a tree and have bow and arrows. I don't know. I'm thinking about a big ass sacrifice.
See, guys, that's why we break down some of these movies, because there's more of a meaning with these movies than we think. You know, every story comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
And when you start looking at all these movies about sacrificing, now you're thinking to yourself, there's might be more to it. Bigfoot. Yeah. Is that a picture of a guy bending over? Oh.
Is it?
Look, you got a guy bending over in front of his horse.
It sure is.
Seriously, look. He's bending over, or the horse is riding him. I didn't even notice that. What does that mean? Why is a horse riding him? Or did the horse toss him off?
I don't know. That's a good question. We should make a whole video on it. On Bigfoot.
I mean, seriously, look, on my screen, it's see-through.
Oh, no. Mine, you can see it. Drinking Bigfoot beer.
Bitcoin.
Bigfoot beer.
No, if you win the contest to hang out with Gypsy Road, you get haze and force multiple day drinking and weed smoking.
Yes. You would learn a lot, though. You would learn a lot. We'd have to bring the cousins around, too, and have big-ass barbecues with lots of venison and food and dancing girls and tortillas and fucking crazy insanity, man. It'd be crazy.
Hell yeah, it's all about fun, right? I mean, seriously, at the end of the day,
apocalypse, man.
Since we all know we're all going to be sacrificed sooner or later, before we get sacrificed, why not have a good time, have some beers, relax, cook some food, and
smoke them if you got them, because we don't.
Beer. No, it is Bigfoot beer.
Yeah,
it is Bigfoot. I told Bob that, hey, I bought some beer that represents the show. Beer's called Bigfoot beer. I don't know if it's good or not. When I bought it, I don't know if it's good, but it's wet, right? I mean, it wasn't cheap. You know how much this is right now, Bob? This is $14 for a 6-pack.
What?
$14 for a 6-pack.
Wait a minute.
That's the real crime of the world. Is when I can't. Is this a Mandela effect? Wasn't there a time when $14 got you a case of beer?
What the hell does $14 taste like? Holy shit!
Just $14 for a 6-pack.
Like I've got gourmet. I'm drinking gourmet right now. This is fucking $14.
It really was. And you know, when I said, do I want to spend $14 on a 6-pack? I'm like, well, for the show, it's for the people. They're worth it. They're worth it.
Gourmet. We're doing gourmet on live television. It's got a strong, bold taste.
Bob and I joined the military so we could sacrifice ourselves so one day we could sit in front of YouTube and drink overpriced beer.
Yes.
You guys, overpriced beer.
Can't fucking die, man. No matter how hard I try, can't die. Shit.
What is this? Do you think Bigfoot has got a personality complex because we keep taking the piss out of his feet?
Yes, I think so.
Hanging out with Bob is possible for life.
That poor guy's got an anxiety attack because every time we keep talking about his fucking feet. Poor
Mike's Art and Lemonade, drinking with you. There's going to be on the news.
Right.
Some reason a group of people was walking in the streets drunk. They all say they were watching the Gypsy Road channel.
You don't understand why. They seem to have some kind of intellectual
here when you got shill.
right.
Yeah, and you got chill. Yeah. I forgot that Bob and I we get that the government's going to pay us money.
Yes,
we got it
paid by the CIA.
Actually, thinking about it, I took my daughter. Everybody, I took my daughter. Yes. You want to make fun of me? You guys can all make fun of me if you want. I took my daughter to a Taylor Swift concert for her at CenturyLink, Seahawks, whatever stadium, and we were there, right? And we're at the concert for my daughter, and when you go to a concert, you want to have a beer, right? Now, most concerts now that we go to, you have a beer. Most concerts now are between like $8 to $10 for a beer. Ridiculous price, but it's $8-10 at a concert. At Taylor Swift concert, they wanted $14 for one beer.
What the hell?
$14 freaking dollars. And somebody goes, well, they did that. I remember a lady goes, well, they charge $14 on purpose because they want less people to drink. No, okay. You're gonna bring all this beer to a stadium.
Yes.
And you're going to charge $14 because you want to overprice so people don't buy enough to get drunk.
Yes.
No, fuck no. They want you drunk because they know the men don't want to be there. So they're going to be spending all their hard-earned money to drink beer. And spend $14 a can. $14 a can.
That's ridiculous.
And these... I'm bringing this up as these singers, right? And these actors, and they all act like they're your best friend. They're all for the people, right? They're all for you. No, they're all for the rich motherfuckers, because if you're really for us, right? If you're a big star, you're really for the little man. Why are you charging the little man $14 freaking dollars for one beer? That is not supporting the little man. And it's no different than... And then, you know why the government should give everybody the stimulus check? Because during this thing, people are getting unemployed, losing jobs, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And then you go to a freaking store, right? A package of bacon that used to cost maybe $3-4 is now between $8 to $10. So now you got people hurting for money, and you're overpricing food products. $14 for a pack of beer. My God, talk about sacrificing. Are you sacrificing our souls?
Yeah, right. Bastards.
Who's Taylor Swift? You don't want
to. That's that girl from McDonald's. No, wait, no. She's from oh God, Disney, Walt Disney, right?
Where do you even get Bigfoot beer? Actually, I got this.
Bigfoot brew.
If you live in Washington, I got this at a store called QFC. And where is this beer made at anyway? Sierra Nevada Brewing Company from California. So the beer is made in California.
Oh.
Definitely not in the UK, so Bob's making most of it now.
Yes, thank you for saying. Of course, you know that. Yeah, well, I had connections in the UK, but it wasn't very solid. So the Turks will always come through.
What is this? Hi, Gypsy Road, Carla. I'm painting and listening to a 1994 album, Gary Numa's Sacrifice, and listening to the show.
That's fucking sad.
Carla Webster, are you in the UK? Yeah, she lives in the UK.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
Yeah, he lives in the UK. Give me a toke, a debt. Bob, give him a fucking toke, man. Don't be
that's a great
shit to him.
I think it's let me name it. I can say it here. It's
the lockdowns, the economy is fucking nobody's coming back. They actually open up a lot of they release some restrictions here in Washington where the movie theaters are back open. We can actually go into some restaurants now and stuff. So, and of course, we're supposed to be in the middle of a winter storm here. So tonight around 7:00, we're supposed to have a big, huge snowstorm. And anybody who lives in Seattle knows if you get hit with snow, They don't work on the roads like they do the mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
If this goes here, you're screwed.
Everyone's like sending me emails going, "Hey, Robert Wood, how did you know about growing a long beard? Like you knew the storm was coming." I told you in 2017, 16 it was coming. I said, grow beards. It's
where you live. If you're asking where we live, I'm in the Seattle area.
I'm perfectly warm outside, guys. I feel like I'm natural out here.
Bob puts on a backpack and Bob just lives wherever. Bob's right now, he's in the US in the Seattle area for a little while, and then Bob's gonna backpack back into the UK in about 6 weeks. Bob goes all around the world. He just
Dutchland. I've been all over Europe, guys.
Price just keeps going up every 3 months. Yes, it's going up like crazy.
I got back to the States and I told Eric, and he just took me to the store the other day, and I told Eric, I can't understand your prices. These prices are insane. Why is meat so expensive? Why is milk so expensive? I'm paying pennies for it back over in Europe. Hardly anything. It's just the meat here is impossible. Guys, I'm worried about the United States. You're all getting fucked. You need to leave the States and then come back and then see what your prices look like.
Bob, it's a great album.
I believe it. I'm going to have to listen to it after this is over. But Eric, I do have a what the fuck news towards the end of this one.
Well, do it now.
Let's do it. Okay.
Yeah, I can't. Like I said, I can't pull nothing up because Gmail doesn't work.
Oh, someone you got to take my word for it then, I guess. I just look it up.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let me play the intro. Bob's gonna be doing his WTF. Here we go. Yeah.
Welcome.
Oh, I cut that off soon. My fault.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry.
So go for it.
Here we go. I gotta exit something out. It wanted to block me on your thing. Got it. It's weird. Anyway, get off there. Okay, you got stuff blocking the screen. It wanted to stop. Okay, guys, here we go. Okay, so the Mona Lisa. Eric, can you bring up a picture of the Mona Lisa? People have been asking me, what do you see in the changes? Now, this is a misremembering effect, as Tony would put it. Thank you, Tony, for being honest like that. Keeps people in check. But I have a misremembery of the Mona Lisa. And people have been begging me for the fucking answer what I see as a misremember. Bring her up, Eric. Bring up the old Mona. Okay. Is this one of her? Oh, you got one of the pictures up.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you that know and for those of you that don't know, Mona Lisa, to me, her hair has gotten long. Like real long. It's past her shoulders over to her neck area, and her hair was not that long. Her hair is super long. Not only she's smiling, like we already talked about. No, her hands have a specific. She's got she got a cigarette. I was gonna say that. She's got a cigarette holding hand. She's literally her fingers apart, like she's holding a cigarette. It's been removed, and her hair has gotten curly, like super curly long. Now Eric's showing you This is what her hair. It was always straight, even in the residues. Eric's not joking around, guys. So if you see her pictures of her this is the best I have. Her hair's straight. Her hair is straight. You notice her hair being straight. Now her actual portrait now, guys. Her hair is curly. It's kinky. She got kinky hair.
Okay, there you go.
Well, that's the one that's got straight hair. You got to show like a one that's not a copy. That's a residual that shows her with straight hair, and her hair is mega long. Like it's longer than it's ever been before. She grew long ass hair, and her the actual portrait. If you guys could find, there's another side, long hair.
I'll type in actual portrait, but that's what comes up now.
No, that's perfect. The pictures are perfect. Did you guys see how long her hair was?
Oh, okay.
So those pictures were perfect, and I mean, she used to have straight hair, straight hair. And now, if you guys look at her actual portraits, you'll see curls now in them. You'll see if you're of an eye to see, you'll see curls. afro. Well, so all the residual ones Eric bring up as a joke have straight hair, which is the residual. That's what her hair used to look like. But if you guys look at her hair now, we're just having a good time. We're getting drunk. If you look at her hair, get drunk with us for Mandela effects. You'll see she got curly hair. So she got curly, kinky hair, and it's really, really, really long.
Somebody's having fun with these pictures on here. And
she's got smoker fingers, which is ironic because if you smoke, you won't get the cornholio, which is weird. So she got curly hair. Well, this one shows a little bit of curly hair. You guys look up Mona Lisa. Also, let me tell you guys. Okay, we got time. Also, let me tell you guys the new Mandela effect story for her. If those of you guys that believe in that kind of shit, don't believe anything you read, but here it is. The news story of Mona Lisa is that she never existed, guys. She's in Leonardo's head, Da Vinci's head. Now, a lot of you are going, yeah, we already knew that. No, you don't know the new story. Here's the new story. The new story is that the actual female Mona Lisa, the actual human, the real person, had an affair with Medici. Hold on. Check this out. Ugh. For those of you guys who like my what fuck news is. Here we go. Where's she at? Medici.
In this picture, she doesn't have hair.
Oh, here. Yeah. Medici. I wrote it down. Where the hell did I write you down? I lost you. Anyway, so she had an affair. Oh yeah, here we go. She had an affair with Giuliano. His name was Giuliano, like Giuliano. Giuliano Medici. Now, and Giuliano Medici raped a girl. So he was known for raping. So Giuliano Medici was known for raping females. So he actually had an affair with a gal, which would be the Mona Lisa, it's supposed to be the original. He raped her, and she had a child. And so that child was taken to a orphanage, and Giuliano found out. Now, when the baby was taken to the orphanage, there was a special coin placed on the baby, so they knew that this homemade baby came from Giuliano. It's his Giuliano's signature. So the midwife who he took the baby out, put a coin on this baby, wrapped the baby up, him up, or whatever, and then put it and gave it to the orphanage. The orphanage said, "Oh, this is from Giuliano." Years later, Giuliano Medici found out he had that child, went there, picked up that kid, and raised that kid, knowing that his kid from the gal he raped. Now, he wanted his baby or his child at this point, getting older, to know what his mother looked like. So he had a portrait made, and he went to Leonardo and said, "Leonardo, can you make me a portrait of my son, my child's mother? Wink, wink. Can you just make any?" Leonardo's like, "You got a picture of her? You got any?" "No, nothing. We don't know what she looks like. She's dead. She died at childbirth." So anyway, the Mona Lisa was a product she was a product of Leonardo da Vinci to portray a mother for the child of Giuliano Medici. Now, Giuliano Medici also had a brother, and his brother, his name is Giovanni Medici, became Pope Leo X. So Pope Leo X is the brother of Giuliano Medici, which raped a woman who had a baby, and he got that baby back, and he wanted a picture of that baby's mom to show his child he's raising. And then Leonardo came up with this fabricated picture of what he would consider a pregnant mother before she had a baby. So technically, he's Leonardo da Vinci's probably thinking of his mom, or thinking of a girl he had, or probably himself as a woman for a joke. But anyway, so that boy thinks that's his mother because Giuliano. But then Giuliano's brother, Giovanni Medici, became Pope Leo X. Now that's the end of that one. Okay, hope people got that one. So Eric, bring up Australia.
Australia. Okay, yeah. Wait a second.
Bring up Australia. Where are you in Australia?
God damn it. Fucking Google.
For those of you guys who want to know about some weird ass changes, Eric's going to bring up Australia, and we're going to look at the tip of Australia up on top.
Almost got it.
We're going to look up Cape York. For those of you guys who want to know about Cape York of Australia.
Are you looking for the map or
a map of Australia? Cape York would be the closest
map of. Okay. Let me share the screen.
Yes. Cape York.
There's the map.
Now, if we could bring it up bigger, is that all? Can you bring it up bigger at all? It's hard with you're not using life without Google, guys. Eric's kicking ass. Think about it. He's doing life without Google.
Well, I can't open up none of my emails and stuff.
Exactly. This is life without Google. Now, if you guys look at the Northern Territory, well, that's not a good picture either. Shit. So you know what? That's a residual picture. We could find one that's. Look up Cape York of Australia.
What's it called?
Cape York.
Cape New York.
Cape. Hold on. Cape York.
Cape York.
Cape. York.
Okay, give me a second. This is. Hold on.
He's hanging in there. Don't worry. Yeah, Australia, Cape York. What you're going to see is a major change if you believe in changes. Cape York is pretty much connected to New Guinea. It's about 10 miles from New Guinea. It's like the point comes all the way up as almost touching, Guinea.
I got it.
Indonesia. Look at Cape York. It's pointing even more and more and more. I want you guys to take a good look at that because that point is what the hell is going on with that? It's getting more and more like it's like Australia's got a heart.
Yeah. Texas Danny says, "Yep."
Thank you, Texas Danny. It's getting more and more pointy. It's almost connected, almost 100% connected to fucking New Guinea. It's about 10 miles away. So you could basically take a boat, Eric. You and I can go fishing between Cape York and New Guinea if we want to, and we can go back and forth. It's almost connected. If those of you guys that remember how Australia used to look, this is what the fuck. This is a what the fuck. What is this thing? So either you remember or you don't remember. I must be bad at maps.
No, that's
yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So that's the what the fuck news. So you guys know where Leonardo da Vinci, whatever did the Mona Lisa. You guys know Mona Lisa now has much, much longer hair. It's much more buoyant. It looks like black girl's hair or whatever. I don't know if you put silk in it and stuff like that. And then you've got the point of Cape York here, which is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's confirmed by Texas Danny. Like, what the fuck? Australia is making a major change. It's almost wanting to touch. Like it's got a hard on for it's like if it was a living creature and had a hard on for like Indonesia, like women or something. Like if it was a man and it's thinking about if Australia was a dude and it's thinking about Indonesian women, it's got a hard on. It's almost completely connected to fucking Indonesia. So that's what's fuck news. I hope you guys liked it.
Well, that's.
At least I got a confirmation from one person. Danny's like, yeah, dude, totally.
No, hey.
And the islands in between it, man. There's like islands showing up in between Australia and fucking New Guinea. I'm like, what the fuck? Islands showing up now. And then it's almost touching New Guinea completely. With the point.
No, that's a trip.
People always said it was close. I'm like, it was close, but no, it used to be way the fuck down under. And then it went a little bit closer. Now you look at a map, it's fucking, now it's got a dick touching fucking, okay, there we go. Mona Lisa.
No. I just wanted to show that there was a day that I was hanging the Mona Lisa on the wall.
As you can see, Eric, I'm not smiling. See, Mona Lisa didn't have a smile. That's me with a slight grin.
Yeah, yeah. Look at him. That's a pretty good Mona Lisa right there. I think I found you could call it Mandela effect chain.
Yeah, because originally the Mona Lisa had like a smirk, like I know a secret that you don't, kind of a smirk, but now it's a major smile.
No, it took me. This was one of my original days when I was first learning on how to crop pictures. So you can see that I wasn't good yet.
Well, this is the Mona Lisa, though. 100%. I can see
no, that part is the Mona Lisa, but my head don't match the body. I wasn't doing it right.
I mean, that's how Leonardo would have done it. He would have like painted him. In my time, everyone said Leonardo painted his own portrait as a woman for a joke.
Where I'm from, Ireland was not on top of England at all. That entire area was part of England. And Ireland was only on the island on the west side.
Weird, man. I always remember Ireland like way up in a corner and much smaller, like fucking way smaller and way up
Nothing
on a
like
corner.
comparing dick
Like an ocean, like way up in a little island.
It's new. She has a beard. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, she has a beard now.
Yeah.
She has been Mandela affected, so she's got a beard and sunglasses.
No, sketches gotta go. Well, we're about to end the show anyway a little bit, but that's one of my first crop pictures that I've done a year ago. And so that was one of my old school ones, and I might have to update it to just do a little better one. But
perfect.
These are the early days. But we are gonna
smoker. It's perfect, Eric. She got the smoker fingers, so she's like perfect.
Yeah,
she's like cornholio.
We are gonna get going a little bit here because my wife's getting off work a little bit early because the storm's supposed to be coming. But guys, seriously, do me a favor. You don't have to if you don't want to, but guys, go to my website and sign up there. Subscribe to the website because I'm gonna be sending out newsletters on Sunday nights. Unless something happens, but I'm gonna be sending out newsletters of what's gonna be talking about on the show for that week, and maybe some articles that we find that you guys might want to see. And the thing is, whatever we say that's from the website, I own it. So there's nobody can say I can't do it. I own it. And the only way you'll get that newsletter is if you sign up, and it's free. I'm not charging people to sign up.
No money for it.
There's no money to sign up. But for me to have your email address, you just sign up and you'll get a newsletter every single week. And, it's just fun. So you guys get a chance, go there, sign up, and we'll be doing some personal shows on that website. I don't know. And there's a way to do bells, I guess, when you're going live. But I mean, I'll put it on the community community bar to let you guys know. But I am going to be doing some shows on the web page, and the reason is there might be some topics that Bob and I want to talk about.
Well, we
can't talk about it here on YouTube, but on my website, the only person I have to answer to is me.
Say whatever the hell we want to say.
Now, if the only way Bob's gonna get a strike is if I give him a strike.
Yeah,
and if he's stealing my Bigfoot beer, he's gonna get a fucking strike.
I get to talk about when I was in fucking Korea, and I mean I was fighting the Chinese, and a lot of stories on there, guys. If you guys want to come hear the stories about North Korea and Korea in general, I was never in North Korea, but anyway, the DMZ, it happens. A fence was open a hole. Anyway, a lot of stories, man. You guys can hear our stories.
Yeah. So beyond that, guys, check out the website and sign up so you get my newsletter. And beyond that, we're gonna end the show. And the show on Monday, I'm not 100% sure. The show on Monday, I think it's probably gonna be moved to Tuesday because Monday is President's Day, I think, and all the kids and the wife, they're all off. So I don't know if we're gonna be doing something on that Monday, like go somewhere. So if we are, the show will be on Tuesday. So you will have a show, but don't 100% me on that one. I'm working on it because I guess Monday's there's a holiday.
I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah. So beyond that, guys, I want to thank all of you for showing up. Today was fun. I think breaking down these movies are fun because there are more meanings to some of these movies. You don't even have to like the movie, but the meanings, the codes that are in it are interesting that equals real life. Because sometimes original movie ideas come from things that happen in life, like the ancient aliens and stuff like that. So beyond that, guys, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. And I want you guys to have a great weekend. If you're in the middle of a storm, stay warm. And if you got extra money, do not send me the extra money. Go to the store and find yourself a $14 6-pack of Bigfoot beer. All right. So beyond that, talk to you guys later.